Hello and welcome to day 79 of quarantine in Cardiff. Can't believe how many days it's been now. First of all, I would just like to start off by saying that my last quarantine vlog, I uploaded the unedited version. So if anyone actually watched that video and sat through all the awkward pauses and me making stupid mouth sounds because I talked too fast and was tripping over my words, then I am sorry. I can't believe I didn't notice. Because normally when I post a video, I watch it straight after it's uploaded just to check that everything's fine. But of course the one that I didn't rewatch was the one that I fucked up on. So I'm gonna link the actual edited version in the description because I've privated the other one because it's just embarrassing. I'm like, Jesus, Emily, people have actually watched this. It has 2 likes on it. Whoever pity liked that, thank you. But my goodness, it probably didn't deserve those 2 likes because it was terrible. So yeah, I'll link that in the description. So if anyone wants to watch what it was meant to look like, then that'll be there. Yeah, so this is day 79. I decided to do a cosplay of Kim Possible today, as I now have her utility belt as well as the communicator. So, and I had gloves on as well because I didn't wear gloves the last time I cosplayed her. So it was a proper full cosplay. So I took some pictures and I did a couple of TikToks, which I put in my drafts ready to upload throughout the week. Because honestly, I've run out of ideas for TikTok now, which is kind of annoying because I was really getting into the flow of uploading onto TikTok every now and again. But I've just run out of ideas. So I've got a couple of Kim Possible ones that I can post on there now, which won't get a lot of likes. But I had fun making them nonetheless, and that's the most important thing. Thinking about it, I've actually done quite a lot of things since my last vlog. I was rewatching it then because obviously I needed to make sure I was editing up the actual edited version and not the unedited one. And the last thing I mentioned was about possibly redoing that TikTok that I did, and I did do that. I ended up redoing it without any logos, and it didn't get taken down. So to me, that suggests that some company didn't like the fact that I was promoting their logo, and it actually ended up getting over 1,100 views and it has 144 likes. So I'm so glad I recreated it because it's now my most successful TikTok, which I know still isn't a lot, but I was quite proud because it took me so long to do. So I was happy with that. And another one that I've done since then as well is probably my favourite one. It took just as long, actually it took longer than the Choose Your Fighter one. I did a Sims one because at the time there was this trend of outfits I would wear if I was a cartoon character, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a Sims one. So I did outfits I'd wear as a Sim, because obviously you've got everyday, formal, beachwear, all that jazz. And I would spin round like I was a Sim or something. So that was really fun. That one got 30 likes, I think. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun to do. And also the last lot of effort one that I've done. Since then, all of my TikToks have been relatively easy to do because clearly I'm lazy and can't be bothered doing high intensity TikToks. But yeah, so I've done that. Also, I've completely finished my sewing projects. So yeah, remember my very first quarantine vlog and I was like, I've got 3 years worth of sewing to do? Well, bitch, I have finished them. To be fair, I did cross one off. I said I was gonna make more face masks. I ended up just buying one, so I'll just forget that one. But all the other ones I have done. So I've done my iron-on patches and I'm gonna show them to you now. So on my mum jeans, we've got Sans on the back pocket there. God, my jeans are huge in this freaking frame right now. Jesus, I promise, I'm they're not that big. I don't know why they look so huge. But yeah, so we've got Sans on the back there. On my denim jacket, we have Undertale. It says, filled with determination, as you can see there. I actually want to get Stay Determined tattooed by here. So yeah, we've got that one on this jacket. And last but not least, on my black denim jacket, we've got Kim Possible patch at the top. Oh my god, I'm wearing my Kim Possible cosplay. It's perfect. It's freaking perfect. And then down the bottom, we've got a TARDIS. So when it's all done up all nice and things, you've got the two on display like that. All wonderful. Oh my god, this actually took so long to do. Not as long as when I did my Natsuki cosplay adjusting, that took forever, but this was probably second. I widened these trousers because I've put on weight, right? And I was in denial when I bought these jeans. I was like, I haven't put on weight, it's fine. So obviously they didn't fit. And I paid a lot of money for these jeans. I got them on Depop and they're vintage. So I didn't really want to waste them, to be honest. So I finally did it and I widened them. So, right, because I'm sure I'm 5'2", I needed to cut off the ends. So, like, they were cropped anyway. Like, that was the first thing I did when I bought them. So I had spare material left over from the jeans. So the leftover material from the ends I used to widen the sides. So if we look at the sides, I'm going to try my best to, like, show this now. Yeah, so I've just, like, sewn it like that. I hand sewed the side because I liked the big sewn effect. Did like a yellow seam just to make it like a bit of a statement. So I did that. I think I did it pretty neat. You can see on this side that I did start doing it on a sewing machine and then it broke. So I was like, I'll just hand sew it. And I do like the effect of the hand sewing, to be honest, so I'm not mad about it. My sewing things are complete, which fills me with lots of joy, but now it means I have nothing to do in terms of that. Oh, I also made a petticoat for my Renge cosplay. I won't get it out now because it's all like in my wardrobe, but my Renge dress, because obviously in the anime their dresses are quite puffy at the bottom, so I didn't really like how flat it was, so I made a petticoat with my very last needle on my sewing machine, and then that snapped just as I finished. Literally, my last stitch broke. So now I literally can't make anything else on my sewing machine because I've got no needles left. So it couldn't have ended any more perfectly, to be honest. And I noticed that in my last video I said that I wanted to paint my chest of drawers. Ta-da! They're not finished. The front's finished. Like, it's had like 4 coats of paint. But like the very, very bottom, like you can't see in the frame right now, but like it's still black, and I need to do both sides and the top. So the front is done. But like, come on. I mean, to be fair, you're far away, so even if it was shit, and I was like, look how good it is, like you wouldn't know I was lying. But I think it looks quite good. So yeah, all in all, my quarantine projects are basically finished now. And like, my quarantine to watch list on the board is now literally just to watch. There was like all these sewing things and like projects I wanted to do. Now it's just things to watch. So yeah, which also means that I've now got very lazy and I haven't exercised for 2 weeks. So I need to motivate myself to do exercise again because my Jesus, I have not. Just to update on in terms of my life, I don't think there is anything. But in terms of the world right now, wow. In terms of the last vlog to this one, shit's gone down. So obviously everyone knows about the tragic, awful death of George Floyd in Minneapolis in America, which has started this Black Lives Matter movement, which the fact that it even needs to happen in 2020 is disgusting. We're in 2020 and black people still have to fight to be seen as equal. Like, honestly, it blows my mind and it makes me so upset. I'm so glad that I have Twitter, because if I didn't have Twitter, I dread to think what I'd think of the protests, because the news doesn't give it justice. It doesn't show it in the truest light. It cuts videos out before something corrupt happens or before anything really violent happens, and then they're focusing on the looting and all that shit, when that's not even the majority of what's going on. The amount of videos I've seen on Twitter of police smashing windows to shops themselves and framing it on protesters and forcing weapons into protesters' hands after beating them up so they have a cover story of it being self-defence is ridiculous. And my heart mourns for everyone who's had to go through that and is going through that. I understand that I will never understand, but I stand with you and will always stand with you. Because we need to do better. The most recent thing that I've seen is in Bristol of people tearing down a slavery statue and throwing it into the lake, which I think is amazing. And the fact that people are coming together is wonderful because people will not stand. I saw a tweet saying that we're a generation that got brought up on the Hunger Games and Divergent. We're not going to just let this happen. We will fight for what's right and what is deserved, because Black lives matter and they will always matter and they always have mattered, and that will not stop now. And it just upsets me that we have to act so severely. People are putting their lives at risk to go to these protests. Coronavirus hasn't gone, people. But it's such a serious thing that people are risking their lives to fight for it. And that's insane. And honestly, I'm lost for words. The amount of times I've cried over it, it makes me think, how did the people directly affected feel? It's just not right. We're all humans. We're all one big family. And I just hope that police and the world will finally understand that we are equal and will always be equal. So in short, fuck the police, those corrupt asses. Because it just shouldn't be like that, man. It just shouldn't. And I'm not very good at like wording how I feel politically. It always comes out wrong, or I get like overly angry. But this is just such an important thing. I couldn't leave this out of the vlog because I'm meant to be vlogging quarantine, and this is something that's happening in quarantine. So I hope I've at least somehow said it in a cohesive way. But I've been retweeting lots of things on Twitter which say everything a lot better than I do. Retweeting lots of things about petitions and videos that people just need to see. Because if we keep seeing what's actually happening and that gets shared around, then we can't be brainwashed by the media anymore. So yeah, I think I'm going to link some petitions below that need more signatures. Because if we can't afford to pay to help, the signs and petitions are the least you can do, the least any of us can do. I've also been watching this playlist on YouTube, which is made by a YouTuber called Zoe, I think. I'll link that in the description as well, which is a playlist of songs and words by Black artists. And there's loads of ads. But don't skip the ads. Turn off your ad block. Don't skip them. Because the money from the ad revenue is going to go to the Black Lives Matter movement and bailing out protesters who have been arrested wrongfully. The world is shit right now. And it's hard trying to get on with things when this is going on. Because you don't want to forget about it. That's the thing. You want to keep fighting and keep talking. And the fact that this has only been going on, the big protests anyway, for like nearly 2 weeks, and that I'm exhausted, how it just really puts into perspective how the Black community feel. Because they're exhausted all the time, fighting for this every day of their lives. I'm just gobsmacked. that this is happening in 2020. I'm not really sure how to sign off from that, because it's a real issue, and I don't want to make a joke about it or anything just to change up the mood, because it's just not right. So yeah, if anyone can do anything, sign petitions, hold your friends and family accountable for anything that they say that is racist, educate them. There's stuff we can all learn. Share things on Instagram, on your stories, on Twitter. Keep the talking going. That's all we can do. If you can't go outside and join the protests, just keep fighting, because Black lives matter. Thanks for watching.